Hello everyone, Brendan Snyder here. Thank you for joining me and welcome back. Today I want to take a look at the Rolling Stones Greatest Hits Collection, Grrr. This thing here was celebrating their 50th anniversary from 1963 to 2012. This one that I've got in my hands here is a 3-disc edition, a 50-track edition, and a small box size version of it. There was a 2-disc standalone and a 3-CD digipack version of this, but this one here came as a box with some bonus stuff. But there was also a super deluxe edition. This one here, this is a 12-inch by 17-inch box set and was UK only edition, and had to import this. This was about 150 bucks. It's got some bonus stuff. It has a 45. It also has a 5th CD in it that wasn't available anywhere else. It's got 80 tracks as opposed to the 50 in the standard box. But ultimately, I just felt this was a bit unwieldy, so I did pick up the other one, and I'll get into some of that as we get into this. But you can see this is the box set. This one here in particular was limited edition. Mine is number 26,407. The top just lifts right off of this thing. And we'll put that down. And then you can see this is the way that it opens here. There is this black envelope or wallet thing. It's got the 45 in it and some art prints. And then you've got this poster that's on top here, and we'll open that in just a moment. And then you've got the book inside here, and that's sort of the main feature of it. Getting back to the black envelope thing, this thing just opened up right here and slid out like this. And you've got these 5 art prints that we'll take a look at. But the real interest here was this 45. It's really nice thick cut vinyl, and it had 4 tracks on it, recorded at the BBC in 1964. Route 66, Cops and Robbers, You Better Move On, and Mona. And there's the back side of it. It was only available in this box. It was one of the unique things to this. Content that was unreleased, you could only get this way. You did get that. And then here's these art prints on this really nice high glossy paper. And the other ones are not on this kind of paper. You do get the same art prints, but they're just on a different kind of paper. So that is one of the differences between these two, and I'll show you that when we get into it. Next is the poster. It's from a 1963 show. It's a really cool print, also again on this really high glossy paper. And that was of course unique to this box as well. And then the book that it came with, and it was sort of the focal point of this thing. And again, it's the size of the box, so it's a 12 by 17. It's really large. And when you open this thing, it has the one of the other bonus discs. It's the 5th disc, and it's these IBC Sound Studio recordings that are 1963 demos that are only available in this box. There's 5 of them. And this was the print that was on the back side of it, telling what's in here. And so it had Diddley Daddy, Roadrunner, Bright Lights, Big City, Honey, What's Wrong, and I Want to Be Loved. And that's what's on that extra 5th disc. And then in the back of this were the other 4 discs. And this is what I was talking about, where I had to take the book out every time to get to these discs. And it just got to be a bit unwieldy to have to unpack this thing all the time. So ultimately I picked up the other edition, and we'll go into that in just a little bit. There's some cool pictures and things in the front of this, and it's on a matte paper as opposed to what will come later in this book, which is these really high glossy prints and things. And these here are not in the smaller book from the other box. So once you get into these, it's pictures of memorabilia done like an exhibit at a museum would be done, where they're just individual shots of Rolling Stones memorabilia that's been collected and curated in here. Different things, buttons, and there's 3D glasses from when they did a 3D TV performance, and you know, outfits and stuff like that. And it's really well done. But my biggest complaint is that there's no write-up or history or track explanation or anything kind of covering the history. It's just these images. And while I do like this, it sort of left me a bit wanting, you know, celebrating the 50th anniversary. And it didn't really have anything that sort of got into that and explained all of that and the amazing history that the Stones have. So I was a little disappointed by that, but I did really appreciate the sort of art, museum quality, you know, shots of these things done a little differently than sort of the standard book that you would get for bands, you know, celebration of their 50th anniversary or anything like that. So there's that version of it there. And then there's this one, the much smaller, more manageable edition. And this one has the track listing on the back, so it made it easier to see what was going on and find the songs that you wanted. It lifts right off. This one is not a numbered edition like the other one. And it does have a little version of that book. And we'll look at that in just a moment. And then it has the art prints again. It doesn't have the 45 or anything. And then it's got individual CDs of the 3 discs in here in their own sleeves. And that was one of the reasons that I wanted to pick this one up here. I'll show you these art prints just so you can see the difference in the quality. They're not nearly as reflective. They are the same ones that were in there. They are glossy, they're just not on that super high glossy paper. Photo quality paper is what the other ones are. But you do get the same images. You don't get the poster. It would have been nice though if they did a little version of that poster. And you get a much more manageable book that you can thumb through much easier than the other one. This one here has a forward in it, a little different than the other, but it doesn't have any of those black and white matte prints that you saw in the other one. It does have a selection of the stuff from the museum quality shots and everything, but as you can already see just in the first 2 pages, it's already different. So it's far less than what's in the big book of the overall. They definitely edited it down. You get more in the other one. Whether or not that really makes the difference in the price and having to get it. If you're a hardcore fan, I say yes, but overall, no. I think just a little bit of this stuff is sufficient. Like I said, it's been sort of trimmed to the fat and edited down in terms of content, making it more manageable in my opinion. And then the 3 discs, as I said, are individually in these sleeves. And there's no writing or anything on the back. You do have to flip the box over. They come with the red sleeve like this, and then they do just pull out like that. So it is nice to have that protection. But again, no write-up or anything like that on these. So all in all, the greatest hits Grrr collection, while it did have stuff spanning from 1963, and it had content that was unique to the box, and 2 new recordings, Doom and Gloom, and the other new track that was on here was called One More Shot, and I did very much like those new recordings. I overall felt left a little wanting on this collection. Would have liked it to have had more write-up and things to read and that sort of stuff that really got into the history of the Rolling Stones and really sort of shone more of a light on that great history that they are. All right, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, and I hope everyone has a great day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.